What's going on, Legionnaires, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now for this video, we're going to be diving into Children of the Atom, issue number 2. And I know a lot of people haven't been extremely excited about this line, but I'm very interested in to see where this is going. You know, I have heard rumors that these kids are going to arrive at the Hellfire Gala, but if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the playlist in my description. It'll get you caught up on the last issue and finding out exactly, who these kids are. Now, this is written by Vida Ala, and art is by Bernard Chang. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright guys, so we're picking up with issue number 2. And issue number 2 drops us at the Krakoan Embassy in New York City. And we have the Avengers showing up, and they're met by Mystique. They're met by Multiple Man. And immediately right off the bat, Mystique is just super bitter, super blunt, and kind of rude, because the Avengers come in here and there's like, we need to talk to Xavier, and Mystique tells them like, you don't need to do anything. What you need to do is check your tone, because you don't have any authority here, so you don't have any room to be bossing anybody around. Now Cap tells them, we meant no disrespect in this, but we got a problem. And that problem is these 5 kids running around calling themselves the Young X-Men. And Cap's worried because he thinks they're putting themselves in danger because of Camilla's law. And this is the law implemented, by humans. And it's an absolutely ridiculous law, at least according to mutants. And the Avengers, they say they don't like the law, but they still adhere to the law. They still let the law exist. And that's my biggest issue with this at this point, is the Avengers, they have the ability to say that this is wrong and this law is wrong, but they don't. And instead, they're coming to the X-Men, they're coming to Krakoa and telling the mutants that you guys need to get them in check because they're going to be in danger. Because if they get caught, we're really not going to do anything about it, is what they're telling them. They're not enforcing the law, but they're also not stopping it either. So you can see why Mystique is kind of just super cold to them. And this is when Storm comes in, because things are getting a little hot and heavy. Storm comes in to kind of interject, and Cap tells her, we want to clear the air and make sure that you're aware the danger that these young mutants are in. And Storm tells them, there's not a mutant alive who doesn't understand the danger while moving around in your world. And Cap Marvel, she kind of tries to let them know, like, we're not the threat here, we're just the messengers. These kids they're operating on human territory. And as this conversation is going on, even Storm is being cold and blunt to them, telling Captain America, like, you're gonna call me Storm, you're not gonna call me anything other than Storm. And then she tells them, like, we understand everything that's going on, we'll worry about our own, you worry about yours. Because these laws, which the Avengers have denounced when they affected the champions, do they only apply to mutants now? That's Storm's question to him, because if not, then perhaps, they might be the wrong people to be speaking to about this. Should be approaching their own lawmakers or the group known as Cradle. And then she tells Multiple Man, like, go ahead and see these guys out. And as they make their exit, Storm goes up to Mystique and is like, I need your help. I need your help with this little thing I got going on. And it looks like they're going to attempt to locate these kids and figure out exactly where they are, because Cerebro hasn't been able to find them at this point. And this is when we pick up with Gabriel, aka Shrub. And we're getting a little bit of understanding of who he is. He's a black kid, he plays basketball, his father's out of the picture, and because of that, a lot of people may want to stereotype him. But he's so much more than that. Some may even see him as something to be exploited because of his talents, because of his abilities, because of the things he can do outside of being a mutant and doing all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, he's someone who has advanced math classes since he was in 2nd grade. So his abilities really do supersede the superficial. And moreover, he has had a mother who has been extremely attentive throughout his childhood, ensuring that he does the right thing, make sure his grades always stay top notch, making sure that he never slips even for the slightest. Even when his father was dying in the hospital of cancer, his mother made sure that his studies stayed up to par. And so he is far from struggling. He is far from a kid that needs any kind of help. He's been guided in the best ways possible. Though he's endured a good amount of trauma, losing his father at an early age, he excels in almost everything he does. Now, this is where we pick up a little bit later, and everyone's headed to the Dazzler concert. And we have our mutants that have all met up here, except for Daycrawler, he's not here. But everybody else is here, and they're super excited. You know, these is their group of friends. These are the people that they can turn to, the people that they care about, the ones they love. You know, without them, they would probably feel a lot more lost. They would be in a much deeper state than being able to really to find out who they are. And that's exactly what this Children of the Atom is about. You know, these kids are trying to figure out their place in this world. You know, because right now they can't get into the Krakoan gate. They've tried multiple times and they haven't been able to, and they don't understand why. So right now, this group of 5 kids, these are all they have, is one another. Now, as Shrub talks to one of his friends, Cole, he's really catching up with him. You know, it's someone that was important to him growing up, but they haven't had much of a chance to catch up lately, and they're not going to get much of a chance either, because both of their phones start blowing up, and they have to take off. Because it's Daycrawler, now calling himself Nighty Nightcrawler, says that there's some stuff going on. There's a prison riot that has broke out. Now, this prison is holding the Hell's Bells, and we saw the Children of the Atom fight them in last issue. Now they all decide it's time to get going. It's time to head out there and make sure that they don't escape this prison. And they figure they have about 10 minutes to get there before the Avengers do, which is actually a big window for the Avengers to be able to respond to like a prison break of this magnitude. But we see Daycrawler, or Nighty Nightcrawler, pop them into the prison, and they're immediately met by the Hell's Bells. All the guards are knocked out, and it looks like it's about to be one hell of a brawl. And without wasting any time, everybody jumps into action. And our young X-Men, you know, they're doing a pretty good job here. You know, they're laying some heavy punches. They're giving some haymakers, and it may look like they even have an opportunity to win this. But things go sideways really quickly, and Daycrawler has to teleport them out of here before they all get smashed. Now they teleport into another room, and they're sitting here trying to regroup and trying to figure out what the best course of action is here. And this is when BREAKOUT literally breaks through the room and catches them all off guard, which you know, it was kind of dumb for them to teleport one room away from where they literally just were. But before the young mutants can really just get rung through, we see the arrival of Storm. And Storm comes in and she's like, all right, this is done. Like, there's not going to be any more violence against our own. And I've come to offer you all amnesty on Krakoa. It's time for you guys to come home. All the Hell's Bells, like, let's go. And Storm tells them, like, you guys never came and we offered you sanctuary, but we're not forcing anybody to do this. So you ended up in jail, yes, but now you have the opportunity. We can leave right now. And this is when the police are piling up outside, and so they decide to plant a Krakoan gate flower. And this opens up a gate to Krakoa. And all the Hell's Bells, they accept this invitation. They're like, all right, you know, we're in prison. The police are surrounding us. Obviously, this is our best bet. Let's try to have a new start on Krakoa, whatever that new start may look like. And this is when Storm goes up to the kids and also offers this out to them. Lets them know, like, you guys can come home now. Like, you can be saved right now. You don't have to worry about anything. Now, the kids, they don't want to tell them that they can't go through the portal. They're too embarrassed to do that. They don't even understand it themselves, so why would they tell Storm that they can't go through the portal? Maybe they'll think they're imposters or something more to that nature, who knows? But they tell Storm, you know, we're gonna stay behind. Daycrawler, or Nighty Nightcrawler, he can teleport us out of here further away this time. You go back to Krakoa, you help the Hell's Bells. You know, they definitely need your help more than we need your help. And so with that, Storm takes off. And then we see our 5 young mutants, our young X-Men, standing at the portal yet again. This is a little bit later on that evening, and they're trying on their own. You know, they continue to try over and over and over again, and it has failed every single attempt. But now we're seeing them try yet again. And now they stand before the portal, and they're about to step through. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, like I said before, I really think, you know, from what I read anyway, that this is all supposed to be heading into the Hellfire Gala. and that these 5 young X-Men are supposed to be the special guests of honor. Now, I could be wrong on that, but from what I read, I believe that is what's going to be happening here. And so we can only assume that they eventually make it through the gate. And I have heard a lot of theories in the comments about them not actually being mutants and so on and so forth. So let me know what you guys think. You know, do you guys think they're mutants? Do you think maybe they're experimentations that the humans had been doing and caused them to end up getting powers, but they don't register as mutants? What do you think the answer is? Where do you think this is going? And if they do arrive in the Hellfire Gala, in what capacity do you think it's going to be? Let me know down in the comments. If you have not yet, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and until the next video.